When a woman enters your life, she doesn't always enter with words. She enters with energy, with silence, with the language her body speaks long before her lips say anything. Most men think women are complicated. The truth is, women are not complicated. They are just communicating on a frequency that many men have never learned to tune into. Today, you will learn how to decode that frequency, because once you understand a woman's body language, you understand her emotions, her fears, her desires, and her boundaries at a depth you never imagined. Let me begin with something powerful. Women don't flirt with their bodies first. They protect with their bodies first. Attraction comes later. A woman's first instinct is safety. Always remember this. If she feels safe, her body softens. If she doesn't, her body tightens. And you will notice this even before any conversation starts. Notice her shoulders. You can tell everything about her mood by the way her shoulders sit. When she's relaxed in your presence, her shoulders drop slightly, she breathes deeper. When she's unsure, her shoulders rise, almost like she's trying to protect her neck and chest area, which are the most emotionally vulnerable spaces of her body. This isn't random, it's psychology. A woman lowers her guard only when she feels emotionally understood. When a woman likes someone, the first thing she gives is presence. She might not speak much, but she will stay. She will lean a little closer. She will angle her body toward you even when she pretends she's not paying attention. The angle of her feet tells you more truth than her smile ever will. If her feet are pointing toward you, she's engaged. If her feet are pointing toward the exit, she is mentally planning her escape. Women rarely waste body language. Every movement has meaning. Look at her eyes. Women speak through their eyes more than anything. If she is interested, her pupils expand. She looks at you with a softness that she doesn't give to everyone. She looks at your face, not your phone, not the floor. And when a woman looks at your face repeatedly, she isn't just looking, she's studying. She's trying to understand the kind of man you are. Are you stable? Are you trustworthy? Are you emotionally mature? A woman will analyze your entire emotional universe with one long glance. But when she avoids eye contact, don't immediately assume rejection. Sometimes it's shyness. Sometimes it's fear of being seen too deeply. Sometimes it's her heart talking faster than she can handle. Women avoid eye contact with the person they feel the strongest emotions for. It's not the same as disinterest. It can be the complete opposite. Notice her smile. Real smiles reach the eyes. A woman who truly likes you won't perform happiness. Her smile will be warm, unfiltered, unplanned. You can test this easily. Say something that isn't funny but slightly surprising. If she smiles anyway, she's smiling at you, not the situation. Women smile at men they feel safe around. They laugh more easily. They let their guard down without realizing it. When a woman is comfortable with you, she plays with her hair. This is not just flirting, it's self-soothing. Her nervous system uses her hair as a comfort object when she's excited or anxious around someone she likes. If she's twirling her hair, touching her neck, adjusting her outfit repeatedly, it's because you have activated her emotional world. Men mistake this as vanity. It's not vanity, it's vulnerability. One of the deepest signs of interest is mirroring. If she mirrors your posture, your breathing rhythm, your gestures, even subtly, it means her subconscious is syncing with yours. People only mirror when they trust. Mirroring is the brain's way of saying, I feel connected. Women don't mirror men they dislike. They mirror men they feel drawn to. But here is something even more important. Discomfort has its own body language. When a woman is not interested, she closes the door without saying a word. crossed arms, crossed legs, leaning away, holding her phone tight, keeping a bag between you and her. These are emotional shields. Her body is telling you, I don't feel safe or I'm not open to this connection. Never ignore this. Respect her boundaries before you desire her attention. A woman's walking style around you will change when her feelings change. If she slows down her pace, she wants you to stay close. If she walks slightly ahead, she's unsure or she wants space. If she walks beside you, matching your pace, she sees you as an equal. Matching pace is one of the strongest signs of comfort and compatibility. When a woman touches you first, even lightly, it is not an accident. Women rarely initiate physical contact unless they trust deeply. A tap on the arm, a gentle push, dusting something off your shoulder. These are micro invitations to emotional closeness. But if she stiffens when you touch her, steps back, or pretends she didn't feel it, she is protecting her boundaries. Understand the difference. Never confuse kindness with permission. Pay attention to her voice. A woman's voice becomes softer around a man she likes. She speaks slower. She uses a warmer tone because women express affection through vocal softness. But when she doesn't trust you, her tone sharpens. She becomes more formal, more dry, more guarded. Tone reveals what words hide. When a woman is hurt, her body language becomes extremely quiet. She becomes distant, detached. She doesn't express anger immediately. She shuts down. Silence is a woman's loudest cry. When she stops correcting you, stops reacting, stops explaining, she is not fine. Her heart is protecting itself from further emotional damage. And when a woman is truly done, her body turns away before her words ever do. She stops leaning in, stops making eye contact, stops giving presence. Her body disconnects first. By the time she says, I'm done, she has been gone in her body for weeks. Understand this. Women don't want perfect men. They want conscious men, men who can read emotional cues, men who understand energy, not just words, men who see the difference between shyness and discomfort, interest and politeness, vulnerability and mixed signals. A woman's body language becomes the clearest when she feels understood, when she feels heard, when she feels emotionally protected, when she feels that her softness won't be taken advantage of. Women are hypersensitive to emotional safety. That is why their body language reacts before their mind can process anything. You must learn to read the pauses, the micro expressions, the shifts in posture, the sudden inhalation, the small tilting of the head, the way she moves her hands when she's excited, the way she tucks her hair behind her ear when she feels seen, the way she looks down when she's hiding how much she actually likes you. This is not manipulation. This is emotional intelligence. A woman will show you everything, but only if you know where to look. When she leans in, she's letting you enter her emotional world. When she steps back, don't chase, give her space. When she laughs easily, cherish it. She feels light with you. When she touches your arm while talking, she trusts you. When she plays with her jewelry, she's regulating her heart rate around you. When she becomes shy, it means you've touched a soft part of her soul. And when she looks at you with that gentle, unguarded expression, know that she is giving you something pure, something rare, something real. Women don't give softness to men who make them feel unsafe. They give softness to men who make them feel seen. So understand this. A woman's body language is not random. It's her emotional truth, her unspoken diary, her subconscious heart. And once you learn to read it, you will never again say the words, I don't understand women. Because the truth is, women have been communicating with you the entire time. You just never learned their language. There is a moment every man has experienced but never understood. That moment when a woman pauses before she answers you. That small silence is not hesitation, it's calculation. Women think before they reveal. They observe before they respond. They read you before they allow you to read them. That pause is her emotional radar scanning your intentions. She wants to know, are you being genuine? Are you being respectful? Are you safe? In those 2 seconds, she is analyzing micro details of your body language, your eyes, your hands, the tension in your jaw, the calmness in your tone. A woman decides in silence what she will allow in her life. When a woman is emotionally open, her body becomes expressive. She uses her hands more. She leans closer. Her face becomes animated. Her eyebrows lift when she's genuinely interested. Her gaze stays longer. But when she's emotionally closed off, everything becomes minimal. Minimal movement, minimal expression, minimal presence. She gives the bare minimum of her energy because she doesn't want to invest where she doesn't feel valued. There is also a powerful sign most men ignore, the micro lean. When you speak and she leans just slightly closer, even if it's barely noticeable, that is the body's instinctive response to emotional attraction. Leaning in is not something a woman does consciously, it's biological. And when she leans back from a conversation, even while smiling, it means she is listening from a distance, not connecting, just observing. A woman's hands reveal the truth of her emotional state. If she's tapping her fingers, she's anxious. If she's clasping her hands together, she's trying to maintain control. If she's touching her cheeks or jawline, she's feeling self-conscious. But when she opens her palms while talking, she feels safe enough to be vulnerable. Openness in palms equals openness in emotions. Closed fists or tightly held objects equal emotional protection. You must also notice the difference between playful touch and hesitant touch. When she touches you playfully, she is inviting connection. When she touches you lightly but pulls back fast, she is testing safety. But if she never touches you at all or keeps a physical barrier between you, it means she is keeping the connection strictly intellectual, not emotional. The most powerful and underrated sign is the tilt of her head. When a woman tilts her head while listening, it means she is truly absorbing your words. She is not just hearing, she is feeling. She is emotionally syncing with your energy. A head tilt exposes the neck, one of the most vulnerable areas of the body. Women naturally protect the neck around people they don't trust. So when she shows her neck, even slightly, she is showing trust. If she tilts her head backward with raised eyebrows, that's surprise or disbelief. If she tilts forward slightly while looking up at you, that is a deeper interest, a quiet invitation to emotional intimacy. Women communicate desire in micro movements. Pay close attention to how she sits. If she sits with her legs uncrossed and her body facing you fully, she feels comfortable, almost at home in your presence. If she crosses her legs toward you, she is leaning in emotionally. But if she crosses her legs away from you or leans on an armrest, creating distance, she is constructing an emotional wall. Women signal comfort with openness and discomfort with angles. And one of the biggest secrets in female body language is this: the body follows the heart. Before a woman realizes she is falling for someone, her body will already start behaving differently around him. Her heartbeat changes, her posture changes, her breathing changes, her voice softens. She suddenly becomes more aware of how she looks, how she stands, how she smiles. These are subconscious shifts her mind has not even admitted yet. The body knows the truth sooner than the brain does. This is why a woman may try to hide her feelings, but her body exposes her. She may avoid eye contact, but her smile gives her away. She may act indifferent, but she stands a little closer. She may say she's not thinking about you, but she tucks her hair behind her ear when you talk. Women hide their emotions with words, but reveal them with actions. And you must also understand this. Women test without announcing that they are testing. She will watch how you react when she is silent, when she is distant, when she is emotional, when she is overwhelmed. These moments tell her more about your character than any conversation could. A woman is always measuring how safe her heart will be with you. Her body language during conflict is the biggest truth of all. If she still turns toward you even when she's upset, she wants connection. If she faces away, arms crossed, back stiff, she is protecting herself from emotional hurt. If she walks away but keeps looking back, she's torn between her pride and her love. But when she stops looking back completely, the connection is fading. A woman's emotional attraction also shows in how she breathes around you. When she likes you, her breathing becomes shallow because you trigger her nervous system. Her chest rises slightly faster. She adjusts her outfit or touches her neck because she's subconsciously trying to regulate her heartbeat. But when she's comfortable and trusting, her breathing becomes slow and synchronized with yours. It is a silent bonding moment most people never notice. One of the purest signs of emotional connection is when a woman stops performing. She stops trying to look perfect. She relaxes her posture. She laughs more freely. She doesn't hide her quirks. She becomes authentically herself. This transformation doesn't come from attraction alone, it comes from trust. Women open their true selves only around men who make them feel emotionally safe. And never ignore this final truth. A woman's intuition controls her body language. Even when her mind is unsure, her intuition guides her movements. If her body moves closer to you, her intuition is pulling her toward emotional safety. If her body pulls away, her intuition is warning her. Women don't need logical lists to make decisions. Their nervous system speaks for them. When you learn to read her nervous system, you learn to read her soul, because a woman's body language is the doorway to everything she feels but doesn't say. Once you understand that language, you don't just understand women, you understand connection. There is another layer of female body language that almost nobody talks about. The way she reacts to your presence when she thinks you're not looking. This is the truth zone. When a woman genuinely feels something for you, her behavior changes even in the smallest, subtlest ways. If she hears your name and her posture shifts, if she glances at the door when she knows you might walk in, if her expression softens for half a second when you enter the room, these are signs of emotional impact. Women can hide their feelings from the world, but they cannot hide the micro reactions their body has to the person who affects their heart. Watch how she behaves when someone else mentions you. If she looks down and smiles, she's emotionally involved. If she quickly changes the topic but her cheeks get warm, she's hiding interest. If she sits still, almost too still, it means your name triggered something deeper. Stillness is not always disinterest. Sometimes it is emotional overload. Notice how she adjusts herself when she knows you're coming toward her. She may fix her hair, straighten her clothes, check her reflection in a nearby surface. Not because she's vain, but because your presence activates her desire to look her best. This is one of the most natural, unforced signs of female attraction. A woman prepares herself for the man who matters. And then there is the way she listens. Women listen differently to the men they care about. They lean forward slightly, their eyes stay locked, their facial expressions match your emotions. If you talk about something serious, her face becomes serious. If you talk about something joyful, her eyes brighten instantly. Women emotionally synchronize with men they feel connected to. Their body language mirrors not only posture, but also emotional energy. When she feels safe, she will allow proximity. She will stand closer than necessary. She will sit beside you even if other seats are available. Her body will gravitate toward yours without her even realizing it. Proximity is attraction. Distance is caution. You never need to guess which one she is offering you. Another powerful sign is the way she reacts to your touch. If she melts into a hug, even slightly, she feels emotionally open. If she hesitates for a second but then relaxes, she is deciding to trust you. If she stiffens or pulls away instantly, she is signaling discomfort. Women give you the truth through their muscle tension long before they say anything out loud. A woman's laughter also tells you the entire story. When she laughs from the chest, freely, without filtering, without worrying, she feels emotionally light with you. Women don't laugh like this with everyone. Real laughter is a gift of trust. But when her laughter is short, controlled, polite, or delayed, it means she is keeping emotional distance. She doesn't want you to misinterpret her warmth as interest. You must understand the psychology of the feminine heart. Women use body language to protect themselves just as much as they use it to connect. When she folds her arms while talking to you, she could be cold, uncomfortable, or feeling judged. When she plays with her sleeves, she might be nervous. When she holds onto her bag tightly, she is creating a physical barrier that represents her emotional boundary. And then there is the look back phenomenon, one of the clearest signs of silent attraction. If she walks past you and looks back even once, she is curious about you. Twice means she's intrigued. 3 times means you've made an emotional impression. Women don't look back at men they don't feel something toward. Curiosity is the first doorway to connection. But the deepest signs are always the quiet ones. The way she breathes around you, the way her chest rises faster when she's excited or nervous, the way she swallows lightly when she's holding back emotion. These are involuntary signals, the truth beneath the surface. Women can control their words, but they cannot control their biology. There is also a difference between feminine softness and feminine strength. Around someone she trusts, a woman becomes softer, not weaker, but softer in energy. Her face relaxes, her voice becomes warm, her gestures become delicate. But around someone she doesn't trust, she becomes firm, logical, guarded. She switches from emotional expression to emotional protection. If she is soft with you, it is a privilege. If she is guarded, it is a sign to slow down, not push harder. Pay attention to how she stands when she's around you. If she shifts her weight to one side, exposing her hips slightly, she is comfortable. If her feet are planted firmly apart, she is in defensive mode. If she crosses her ankles, she's feeling shy. Every posture reveals a world of emotion. When she's attracted to you, her movements become more fluid. When she's unsure, her movements become sharp or controlled. Women reveal attraction through looseness and discomfort through stiffness. And here is one of the biggest truths. Women don't communicate like men. Men use words to explain. Women use presence. If she keeps showing up, if she keeps staying near you, if she keeps finding reasons to interact, she is communicating interest. Women don't invest time where they feel nothing. But when she becomes silent, truly silent, you must pay attention. Silence does not always mean anger. Sometimes silence is her way of measuring your depth. Sometimes silence is her way of seeing if you notice her withdrawal. Sometimes silence is her heart asking, will he try? Will he understand? Will he care? A woman's silence contains more emotion than a man's entire speech. And the truth is, once you learn to understand the emotional language behind her gestures, her eyes, her pauses, her energy, you won't just understand her. You will understand connection at a spiritual level. because the feminine body is not just a physical being, it is an emotional instrument. It plays music only for the person who knows how to listen. And at the end of it all, understand this: a woman's body language is not a mystery you solve. It is a responsibility you honor. When she leans in, when she softens, when she smiles without guarding herself, she is offering you something sacred: access to her emotional truth. That truth is not entertainment. It is not a game. It is not a puzzle. It is a trust. The way a woman moves around you is a reflection of how your energy makes her feel. If her body feels safe, her heart opens. If her body feels threatened, her heart closes. It is as simple and as powerful as that. You cannot fake presence. You cannot fake respect. You cannot fake emotional maturity. A woman's intuition sees through every mask you wear. So become the kind of man whose presence relaxes her posture, whose words steady her breathing, whose consistency calms her nervous system. Become the man who understands that body language is not about decoding women. It is about elevating yourself. Because the moment you grow into a man who values emotional safety, everything in a woman's body language will shift. She will open, she will trust, she will connect. Not because you studied her signals, but because you earned her peace. The truth is, women don't need men who read their minds. They need men who respect their hearts. And when you respect a woman's heart, her body will tell you everything you need to know. That is the real secret. Not how she moves, but how you make her feel.